We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello students, in today's lecture we will try to implement few algorithms whatever we had learned in our theory session. In today's lecture I am going to demonstrate 3 algorithms called bubble sort, selection sort and insertion sort. So let us start the implementation of this algorithm. Hello students. Once again, welcome back to my video channel. In today's lecture, we will see the practical implementation of bubble sort algorithm. Though we have already learned the algorithm for the same during our theory session, but in today's lecture, we will implement the bubble sort algorithm. Okay, so as you can see over here, as per the characteristics of bubble sort algorithm, it will compare 2 consecutive elements and set the larger element at the bottom and the smallest element to the top. As you can see over here, I have taken an array of 15 integer. At the same time, I am taking number of elements from the user, and depends upon the number of users, it will sort the data. Okay, so let's start understanding. Enter number of elements. Let's say I am entering 10 elements. 12, 32, 1, 15, 99, 75, 38, 94, 45, 90, 90. Now, as you can see over here, this is my array A and this is the content of my array, and rest of the 5 elements are the garbage value since the size of my array is of 15. As you can see over here, this is what the element I have entered. Now, from here, the processing will get started. As you can see over here, for sorting algorithm, for implementing sorting technique, we require 2 nested for loops, and in that for loop we need to apply an appropriate logic. As per the logic of bubble sort algorithm, you know 2 consecutive elements are being compared with each other, and the smaller element will be come to the top and the larger element will be come to the bottom. So as you can see over here, I am comparing a of I and a of I plus 1. Let us try to understand the same thing in this array. In the first pass, it will compare 12 and 32, right? The larger value will come to the forward and larger value will come to backward and smaller value will come forward. Okay, so let us understand. Let's trace the algorithm. As you can see, 12 and 32, there is no change. Now it's time for comparison of 32 and 1. As you can see, 1 has been duplicated over here. Now 32 will be placed here. Yes. Now it's time to compare 32 and 15. Yes, you can see 15 has been duplicated. So 15 has been copied. Now 32 will be placed over here. Yes, once again, it's a comparison between 32 and 99. So it should no change. Yes, then it will be 99 and 75. Yes, there is a change. 99 and 38. There must be a change. Yes, 99 and 94. Yes, change is there. 99 and 45. Yes, change is there. 99 and 90. Yes, of course, it is also a change. So, as you can see over here, during the first pass, the largest element among all the element will be placed to the bottom size, or you can say at last. Okay. The same procedure will continue until and unless all the elements of an array are sorted out. As you can see over here, this is the output of our first pass, right? And during the first pass, you can see the largest element will be at the last position. In the second pass, the second largest element will be placed to the second last position. In the third pass, third largest element will be placed. Fourth pass, fourth largest element. Fifth largest element. Sixth largest element. Seventh largest element. And meanwhile, as the passes progresses, the elements will be sorted out to its proper place. Okay. This is output of pass number 8, and as you can see, this is the sorted array, that is 1, 12, 15, 32, 38, 45, 75, 90, 94 and 99, right? So now let us try to understand the algorithm. Instead of static memory allocation, you can take dynamic memory allocation too by placing pointer over here. But you need to remember that if you write pointer, if you are dynamically allocating memory, at that time it won't display you the elements in tracing, during the tracing, right? I am taking the total number of elements, then I am printing that is entered data. This is my nested loop in which I am performing different passes. How many passes are required? Total number of element minus one pass is required, and during each pass, ith and ith plus I plus 1th element will be compared with each other. So my nested loop will be executed till size minus pass minus 1. And as you know the logic of swapping the elements, if a of I is greater than a of I plus 1, then we need to swap these elements with each other. As you know, this is for arranging elements in ascending order. If you would like to arrange them in descending order, then you can change this sign. Instead of greater than, you can put less than sign. Okay. So this three statement represents the logic of swapping the elements. This for loop will print the content of array after each pass, and at the end we are displaying our resultant array. Let me take 5 elements, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So during the first pass, the content will be like this. As you can see over here, 5 will be placed at last because it's the largest element. In the next pass, 4 will be the second largest element, and the third pass, 3 will be the third largest element. In the fifth pass, 2 will be the fourth largest element, and the last element will be sorted automatically. So this is my sorted array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you understood this algorithm, or you can say the implementation of this algorithm very well. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Next algorithm is insertion sort. As per our discussion, insertion performs the sorting on arrival of elements. So as and when we are entering elements into it, it will automatically arrange the element to its proper place. It is something similar to our game of card, in which we are arranging our cards as per its values as and when it arrives to us. Okay, so let us try to understand the implementation of insert and sort. Here you can see I have taken an integer array of 15 elements. Next, I am taking the size, total number of elements from the user, and as soon as I am getting the element from the user, now from here my processing of sorting takes place. So let us try to understand how the elements are being sorted out. Let's say I am entering 10 elements. Fine. As you can see, my array contains certain 15 memory spaces and it contains a garbage value in it. As soon as I will assign the value into the array, the corresponding data will be sorted out automatically. Fine. So let's take the first element. Let's say the first element is 45. As you can see, in this statement, the 45 will be stored in place of 5. Fine. This is the output of first pass because our array contains only one element, so it will be automatically sorted. Now the next element is, let's say, 23. As you can see, for inserting 23 into this array, I need to make space. I need to move this 45 to the next element and 23 will be placed over here in place of 45. So let's check it out whether it is doing same or not. As you can see, this logic will make space for the newly arrived element and current element to the next position. So you have seen 45 has been copied and instead of 45, 23 will be placed in the first position. Yes. So this is the output of second pass. You can see first element was 45, but 45 has been shifted to second position as 23 is less than 45. Let's say 30. So it should move, it should place in between 23 and 45. So only 45 will be moved, 23 will not be moved. Yes, only 45 has been moved, 30 is placed in second position. Let's say 44. When I enter 44 into my array, only 45 will be shifted out, 23 and 30 will remain as it is. Yes. Next element, let's say I would like to enter 10. So when I enter 10, all the 4 elements will move to the next position each. As you can see, the shifting will start from the 45. First of all, 45 will be shifted to the next position. Similarly, 45 will be shifted to next position, 30 will be shifted to next position, 23 will be shifted to next position, and at last 10 will be placed to the position of 23. Let's check it out. As you can see, 45 has been copied, 44 has been copied, 30 has been copied, 23 has been copied. Now it's time to place element number 10. Yes, it has been placed. Okay. Similarly, let me enter element 8. Again, 45 will be copied, 44 will be copied, 30 will be copied, 23 will be copied, 10 will be copied, and 8 is placed. Fine. Next element is, let's say 1. So again 45 will be copied, 44, 30, 23, 10, 8 and 1. Next element, let's say I would like to insert 12. So only 23, 30, 44 and 45 will be shifted. Forty-five, 44, 30, 23, 12. Yes. It will take one more element. So let's say 9. Again 45 will be copied. 44, 30, 23, 12, 10, 8, 9, 9, 8. This is the last element. So let me enter 25. So for 25 it should be placed over here. So only 3 elements should be moved: 45, 44 and 30. 45, 44, 30. Now that 25 will be placed. Okay. So this is the sorted data. As you can see, all the elements are already in sorted order. Now we have entered all the elements. So now it will print the sorted array. So this is the sorted array: 1, 8, 9, 10, 12, 23, 25, 30, 44 and 45. I hope you understand the implementation of algorithm, because we have already explained the algorithm in our theory lecture. As you can see, this is the counter which counts the number of elements entered by the user. This is the size which represents the total number of elements user would like to enter. This is what I am scanning the element. Over here it will check the logic while entering, while receiving the new element. I will compare it with my first element, whether that number is less than or not. If that number is less, then I need to make space for the element. If that number is larger, then I need to put it at last. So I am putting them at a of j plus 1 element. Okay. This loop will simply display the content of an array at that particular point, and at last I am printing the sorted array. I hope you understood the implementation of insertion sort. Again, if you would like to take dynamic array, you can put pointer in place of fixed size array. Now the next algorithm is selection sort algorithm. Now we will discuss the implementation of selection sort algorithm. As its name suggests, in this algorithm we will find out the smallest element among the entire array and compare it with all the rest of the elements. After that, we are concluding that the particular element is smallest among all the elements and place that smallest element to its proper place. Fine. So let us try to understand it. Let's say total number of elements are 10. 5, 1, 23, 9, 6, 45, 8, 12, 97 and 32. Fine. So this is my array. See, the total size of my array is 15, but rest of the 5 memory space will contain the garbage value in it, right? So as the algorithm progresses, you can see I have taken the data from the user in this loop. Now I will try to find out the smallest element in my array, and for that what I will do, I am considering my first element as the minimum element and storing its index value 2 in my temporary variable called cell underscore index. Okay, over here I am not using temporary variable for swapping the elements. This you can consider it as the characteristic of this algorithm. Okay, so let us trace the algorithm. As you can see over here, my first element has been considered as the smallest element. Okay, as soon as the algorithm progresses, this value will be changed automatically. We need to always remember that it must contain the smallest element at the end of each pass. Okay, right now the value of I is 0. It means this is our first pass. As you have seen, I got the smaller element than 5. So the selected element will be changed from 5 to 1. Okay, now in the first pass I found the smallest element as 1 and it should be placed to its proper position. Okay, so for that, as you can see, 5 has been copied. So now my 1 will be placed to the first position. Okay, now you can see I has been changed from 0 to 1. It represents what? This is our second pass. In the second pass I don't need to compare this one because it is already placed at its proper position. I just need to process the rest of the data till 32. Fine. Okay, I am not going to check 1 now onwards. Okay, now I need to find out the smallest value among the rest of the elements. As you can see, right now it is considering the 5 as the smallest element. Okay, as it progresses, second pass has been completed, so 5 will remain as the smallest element, so it will be placed to its proper place. Okay, now next element is 23. Now I need to compare only rest of the element. 1 and 5 has already been placed to its proper position, so we don't need to compare them now onwards. Now initially it has taken 23 as the smallest element, but as you can see the content of array over here, now my next smallest element will be 6. Okay, so at the end of this pass this value must be 6. See, it has taken 9 because before 6 it encounters element number 9. Fine, but as the algorithm progresses, see, you can see instead of 9 it has selected 6 as the smallest element. Now at the end of the pass we got our smallest element and that is 6. Fine, so 6 will be placed to its proper position. Similarly, now we don't need to think about this 3 element 1 and 5, 1, 5 and 6 because they are already placed to its proper position. Now the next smallest element will be 8. Yes, next smallest element has been selected 8. 8 will be placed to its proper position. Next smallest element will be 9. 9 is already processed. So 12 is the smallest element. After 12, we'll have 23. Yes, 23 is already placed. Next is 32. Next one is 45. And similarly, you can see we have sorted all the arrays. So far as the 97 is concerned, it was the largest element, so it has been placed to the last position. I hope you understand it very well. Fine. Five, four, three, two, one. As you can see over here, in the first pass, 1 has been placed to its proper position. Second pass, 2 is placed. Third pass, 3. Fourth pass, 4 will be placed. And at last, 5 will be placed to its proper position. I hope you understand it very well. We need to always remember in selection sort, we are looking for the smallest element in our existing array and try to place them on its proper place. As the pass progresses, our array will be reduced to 1 and the last element will be sorted out automatically. I hope in this lecture you have understood 3 algorithms. Fine. Thank you. Thanks for watching.